You know, when you think about a song, for instance, you can hear a certain song and it will take you to another place. Sometimes it's a happy place, sometimes it's a sad place, but it will take your consciousness to another place. Sound and music has the ability to move you, to move your consciousness. There's a particular song that when I hear it, it literally energizes me. I feel like I can take on the world when I hear this song. In simplest terms, holographic sound is multidimensional sound. It's using sound multidimensionally. And with the holographic sound, we literally hit every level of consciousness when we open it up multidimensionally. And we open it up through sacred geometric technique. To give a little background, virtually every indigenous group on the earth has used sound for as long as we've got history. Well, the Native Americans, Africans, the Aboriginals in Australia, virtually every indigenous group that we're aware of on Earth have used sound for purposes of healing, for rites of passage, from childhood into adulthood, and rites of passage meaning birth and death. There are certain groups, certain tribes that actually, when a child is conceived, a song is attached to that child. The child is, there's a song created for that unborn child, and that song follows them throughout their lives. Every significant event in that child's life, this song is a part of that experience for them all the way up and through death. It's its true form. It is the true form of sound is holographic or multidimensional. And back in the early days of Egypt, we had access to working with sound holographically, and we were on a decline of our vibration as humanity. And as the vibration dropped, we actually reached a point to where we lost the ability to use sound holographically, because we could no longer hold that vibration, we could no longer hold that energy, and that went on for thousands and thousands of years. And only since 1999 have we again reached a point in our vibration to where we could bring it through once again. And that's a result of our vibration rising again and finally hitting that pivotal point somewhere around 1999. And as that occurred, then the information began to come in and began to be available to us again, to use the sound in its holographic form. And what that does, it's like, up to this point, the way we have used sound has been in a more linear basis, except for very rare exceptions. And to work with the sound holographically it's like having a car with a supercharger on it, but you never know how to push the button to kick the supercharger in. And what we have done, or what we have moved into, is we now have that ability once again. We have been shown the button, and in pushing that button, we literally expand our ability with sound 100-fold, taking the power that we can generate or that we can channel through sound 100 times what it has been up to this point. In talking about sound and about the vibration, literally sound is the vibration of creation. And when we talk about creation, in the writings of creation, first was the Word. The Word is sound vibration, and from the Word all things were created. That's the sound vibration moving into physical form. Everything is a vibration. Everything. We're all made up of the same stuff, whether it be us in a physical body, whether it be the air that we breathe, whether it be the bricks and mortar of a building. It's all the same stuff when you get right down to it. And it's all vibration. Those bricks merely vibrate much slower than our physical bodies vibrate at many different vibrations, because we've got the solidness of bones, we've got the blood that flows through the muscles, another vibration, the air that we breathe, another vibration. We're many, our bodies are like a symphony of sound. And when we are healthy, then we are vibrating in a harmonious way. That symphony sounds really good. And when we're experiencing a little dysfunction, whether it be physically or emotionally, it's just a little out of tune, or sometimes a lot out of tune. You know, the harmonics are a little shaky. How I use holographic sound is, well, for instance, I've been doing sessions with individuals. I had a session today with a client, and the purpose of that work was to shift their consciousness, to shift, in this particular case, to shift their belief system, to assist them in dissolving anything that stands in the way of their highest good, of bringing their beliefs to a higher state, a higher vibration. And I also will use the holographic sound in working with people that have physical illness, to assist them in shifting that, or supporting whatever other work they might be doing. If they're involved with Western medicine or whatever, supporting that work to create the most fertile vibration and ground for the healing and the harmony to come into play for that person. I also use holographic sound for shifting the vibration of the earth, for shifting the energies of the earth. I take groups to Egypt, and in many of the temples, as we cruise up the Nile, we'll stop, we'll go in, we'll do ceremony of sorts, and bring in a harmonic vibration, connect the vibrations of what's going on there, connect with the vibrations of the people that are on the journey with me, and assist them in accelerating their vibration, accelerating their consciousness, and assisting them in supporting their evolution. And many times that occurs because different people will tune into different temples, to different, and not just Egypt, anywhere this can be. The bottom line is, the truth is, it doesn't matter where we are. The holographic sound can assist a person in raising their vibration, in opening up to a higher consciousness level of being. And so my work is assisting individuals or groups in doing that. I also, and part of that occurring, I do meditations whenever possible with groups in my home city. I also do concerts internationally and workshops internationally, and I incorporate the holographic sound work in virtually in everything I do, because it does nothing but raise the vibration of whatever the other work is. The crystal bowls, I began to work with the crystal bowls sometime around 94, 95. And again, they're virtually pure quartz crystal, 99.99% pure quartz crystal. And So they're, again, a living vibration, a living energy, just like this instrument that we are as with our human voices. The thing about the crystal bowls is they're magnificent tools, magnificent. They will set up the energy to work with, or to work within a group or individuals. They cut to the chase, in a manner of speaking. I've not seen any sound or any method of creating sound that will move the vibration more quickly than crystal bowls. And when you take the crystal bowl and channel that energy through the holographic techniques, it's phenomenal. And then taking and being able to blend the voice with that, you create unlimited harmonics. The bowls and their tones, their notes, there's a correlation with the tones with the chakras of the body, the energy centers of the body, and they work loosely with the C scale, meaning the root chakra, again, loosely resonates to the C. The second chakra or energy center to the D, and on to the E, the heart, the F, the throat, the G, the third eye, the A, and the crown, the B. And I say loosely because, for one, our vibration is shifting. Our chakra colors have made a significant shift over the past 12 years, since 1999, since that vibration shift, that change. Western music keeps us boxed in. And anytime you're working with a pure note, you're working with notes from Western music. And the body does not respond to, or doesn't, I mean, not that it won't respond to it, but it doesn't resonate to Western music. It's a much broader essence than that. There are tones within tones. When we're talking about Western music, for instance, you've got a C, and then one step up, you've got a D. Well, there's a measurement which is known as cents, C-E-N-T-S. And between C and C sharp, there's 100 cents. That's 100 tonal frequencies within C and C sharp. And then from C sharp to D, there's another 100 tonal frequencies. That's 200 frequencies that exist between C and D. Those are just two notes that are right next to each other. And the body is all throughout that, depending on where it's resonating at any given time. So one day I might work on someone and say their root chakra resonates to a C plus 10 cents. And the next day they may come back and I work on them again, and that's not where it resonates anymore. It may be resonating at a C plus 5 cents or a C plus 35 cents because their vibration has shifted. They're not in the same place they were the day before. And not that it might not shift back to that, but we're constantly fluctuating. We don't stay at one spot all the time. The thing is anything that has a vibration, a resonance to it, can be shifted. You take a guitar string and you strum it and you shift that vibration from when it's still, you strum it and it changes. Just like with the body, if there's something of dis-ease, then you can shift that into a harmonic place. It makes no difference what it is. What the illness is presenting, that's just the physical representation that's being outpictured to us. And when we go in to that place of the vibration and introduce the sound or the vibration created by the sound, we can shift anything and bring it back into that harmonic, that healthy harmonic. It makes no difference what the illness is, because that's just the picture that's coming forward. So it really doesn't matter what a person is experiencing physically. It can be shifted with the sound vibration. What we do with the sound is we actually use the sound to wake up the body to its knowing, to its own memory of perfect harmony. Whereas the body can heal itself. I mean, and of course, there's also Edgar Cayce predicted that sound would be used for purposes of healing by the 20th century, by the end of the 20th century. And the thing is, now sound has been being used for healing in many rites of passage, literally since time began. But my sense is about Edgar's prediction is that he was talking about our societal consciousness or societal awareness, that we would actually begin to accept the fact that sound is actually making a shift in health, or has that potential, has that ability. There were other predictions. Nostradamus predicted that pure tone would be used for healing cancer by the year 1998. And it absolutely has been used for that. And I've spoken of my own experience in dissolving cancerous tumors within a person's body. And that's happening more consistently or more prevalently every day. Well, I think so, yes, but I think it needs to be done on two levels. Scientifically, absolutely. Intuitively, absolutely. Because the blend, the problem with the science end of it is that science tends to want to nail it down to one specific frequency that will do this or will do that within the physical body. And it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. The body shifts, it vacillates in its vibration. Not that they aren't in the ballpark, but there is vacillation that occurs. Is that a word? Vacillation? That occurs within the physical body. And so that intuitive piece is very important to be blended, and that's actually what's occurring more and more nowadays, is the blending of science and the intuitive vibration, or that higher consciousness vibration coming together. And truly, science is that higher consciousness vibration also. Everything is, really. But yet the blend, and again, we're talking the blend. It's the left and the right brain coming together as one. And all the work that I do in holographic sound healing is about coming together as one. It's about the blend of the left brain and the right brain as one, creating that greater sense of knowing, that greater sense of oneness with all that is, with all that we are.